The first time I ever went mobile clubbing.
It was in a space that was a little bit different than we had expected it to be.
First time I wasn't even sure if I will be happy doing it.
I was just walking across Cambie Street Bridge.
Once I actually got there, I stayed in my rollerblades and danced for 40 minutes.
First mobile clubbing experience, singing from the outside.
I don't normally listen to music on headphones because it feels like it's inside my head and I don't like that.
But as soon as you plug these earplugs in and listen to your own music,
it feels very all-encompassing when your earphones are in, so you don't really think about their rhythm and you're like, why are you dancing so wrong?
So it went from being a little bit nerve-wracking to being completely fine in a short period of time.
We got more confident. The event grew bigger. We got support from the dance center, and because they were promoting the whole International Dance Day, we got a bit more coverage. So I hear that in London, there's sometimes 400 people showing up. So the dynamic is way different.
Experiments that have happened overseas in London and Berlin and whatnot have kind of had some of the same sources, though some of the different ones. I know London was kind of more of the reclaim the streets and movements that were very kind of social and political based, whereas Foolish Operations obviously is trained contemporary dancers that are trying to work within a research environment.
I think it's sad that they're all listening to their own music and not music together.
I guess I just would never really feel that I wanted to do that.
By repeating the event, we're getting people slowly more used to the idea.
Often Vancouver can be a little bit staid and buttoned up.
People don't actually stay in Vancouver that much. People come and go, very mobile. Mobile clubbing is important in the way that it reminds us that streets are ours. They belong to people before belonging to cars and shops, condos.
It's a public space, and people always think that you just have to kind of sit in a public space or walk through a public space or behave in a public space, and dancing's not illegal, you just don't see it done all the time.
We should use those spaces to have fun, dance, because public places are kind of disappearing nowadays.
We're giving people permission. I feel like I'm giving myself permission to do it.
I think that it's really interesting in terms of being an intentional community. It's people coming together for one reason for a short period of time.
A city like Vancouver, which is very open-minded in certain areas, is a great place to experience that kind of thing. And
mobile clubbing is a great way to get out and explore different parts of the city while you're getting exercise and listening to actually what you want to listen to that day.
I have about 85 people who have registered, are interested, want to know about it. So slowly getting bigger.
Well, at first I didn't notice they had iPods in, so I was like, they're dancing, there's no music. But I don't know, freaks and hippies, what are you gonna do, It's a problem, it should be stopped. But
in August, we did mobile clubbing every single day.
Me and a couple of other artists were working with dancers and the organizers of mobile clubbing to try to engage people in different ways. And it was like sociological research using dance.
It's an interesting way to maybe access what it is to dance and what it is to perform and what it is to feel space differently. I had funding from the Canada Arts Council for that research. It was really interesting to bring these people in and ask them questions about their experience.
We were sort of interested in the fact that whether people danced with us or walked by or whatever they ended up doing, they somehow had to be involved in the project.
I danced with the other participants, and every day I sat down at home and listening to the same music again, and I worked on a diary basically, using my illustrations and brought down to paper what I was experiencing.
Throughout the entire 2-week research lab, I was choreographing dances. I had all of these pink feet cut out of jersey, and so I was making up dances. And then, people could try them.
I couldn't stay with the whole project for the 2 weeks.
So I kind of came in and kind of picked up his spot and kind of worked with some audio and video.
We used a radio transmitter to hook up a CD player with some of my music so people could listen to it if they wanted to use an FM receiver.
I created a 4-channel audio piece where I made a live composition, performed it.
It was interesting to see people dancing to the same music because you don't normally get that in mobile clubbing.
Mobile clubbing is also like performing. And so to enhance this idea, we decided to make a little mini stage. It helps feeling a bit, oh, okay, I'm the hot spot here. I'm doing a performance.
To me, I felt the laboratory was really about exploring public spaces and activating them.
I discovered that different people have different or get different impressions by experiencing the same thing.
Some people don't like the club atmosphere, you know, and you can get fresh air and exercise, and at the same time you can like pick up chicks or guys, and
this woman turned me on.
People's reaction were all pretty friendly and positive.
If you're smiling and looking totally happy and like you're having the best time ever, I think that people can't help but like smile back at you.
They just have this big grin on their face. They see that everyone who's mobile clubbing is enjoying their time, and that feeling is infectious.
They see that we're just having fun and enjoying ourselves.
I think people kept the weird image of people dancing in their minds and probably talked about it later.
And I really like seeing the people like they're kind of confused. Some of them look a little scared.
You know what it does? It brings out your emotions, or what you have in here comes out. And it's a good way of doing it because a lot of us keep it in, and this is you feel freedom.
Movement is our first language, it's universal. They say music is universal, but movement comes first.
People should try mobile clubbing because it's a great opportunity to observe yourself and just do something you weren't thinking you would do before and see what happens.
It's great exercise, it's fun to get out, so it covers those spiritual, emotional, and physical needs.
I love it. Everyone should do it.
There's no good reason not to.
All right. Join us.
You can listen to whatever you want, like, oh, it's punk night out on the mobile clubbing dancing, you know, in my head anyways. Like.
In 2007, y'all, we did it.